Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever time it is you're watching me. I hope we all are having a great day. It's me again. As discussed, every day we'll be bringing evidences of Mountain of Fire and Miracle Ministries sexual assault on women, and also the scandal going on of sexual assault through their pastors, and most importantly, the general overseer, Daniel Kolawole Olukoya. Now, all this sexual assault is going on in MFM, where they claim that they are doing deliverance. And I've shown you in the evidence 1D1, evidence 2D2, that now they are running kitty kata kata. They are trying to look for how to provide a defense, because now they know that the curse is no longer scaring people anymore. Before it is the curse that they will use to scare you so that you can shh. But now that they know that people no longer give a damn or give two hoots about the curses they're raining on people, now the next thing they're coming with is people. Now they have people who are trying to provide a defense for this church scandal going on, which is Mountain of Fire and Miracle Ministries. This scandal of assaulting women sexually in the church. Now, I deliberately mentioned Mountain of Fire and Miracle Ministries because that is where the sexual assault is going on. So, there are some things, like I said, I take pride in listening to all these PR people come up with defense. I had already had a pre-recorded video for my evidence 3, my evidence for my day 3 evidence, but as God will have it, there are people who are still coming out to look for how to provide a defense. So I decided to suspend. I told them they are the one that will make all this thing long, and the more they open their mouth to defend, the more I would prove beyond every reasonable doubt that church is a slaughterhouse for women, and that their pastors are assaulting women sexually. So this person then came. They said that so they said, Madam, you seem to have dragged Olukoya to an internet law court where you are both the prosecutor and the judge. A deliverance minister, Olukoya, has his own methodology and reasons for conducting deliverance on certain people in certain ways. Will you teach a doctor his work in the hospital or teach a lawyer at the law court? Those women who came for deliverance must have consented to be delivered in that way. If they wanted to be free, it may sound strange, but could be true. So now I want to address everything that has been said before we now start to address the evidence of the day. Number 1, I'm not a judge in this case. I cannot be a judge in my case. It's the reason why I have not even presented how it connects to me. Because if I present how it connects to me, then I'll have to be a judge to convince you that person is guilty. No, I'm going to bring all the evidences available. So I'm here to just show to people exactly what is going on. And like I said, I'm analyzing all the evidences available. So it is now up to the judge and the jury to decide how many years in prison should Olukoya and his people be sent to, and MFM and his people. And how much should be awarded in damages to all the people that have suffered damage because of this church and the activities. But then you people will not know that because you are generations of pedophiles. And it's done. No more. No more woman is going to be sexually assaulted by your pastors. No more. We're done. It's not happening anymore. Like, this is your last straw. Now, the second thing is where this person, because now they are running Kitikitifa, if you notice, it's the same people. Now, this is Fred Richards. He kept on defending. Now, you're talking about consent, where these women consented to be sexually assaulted. Now, I'm going to hold consent on this side and hold another thing that I'll talk about on this side and hold the third thing, because I have just two hands, so I don't know how to say I can hold it. Now, the first thing is consent. Let me put it somewhere. If the women consent, which is even impossible, because when I'm done analyzing some things, you will know it is impossible, and I'll be using the chat. If the women consented to being sexually assaulted, 2, do they consent to being recorded too? Because there is something called voyeurism. Is it voyeurism? Let me spell it out. Voyeurism. Yeah, voyeurism. Voyeurism is when someone gains sexual gratification by observing others without their knowledge. Now, it is when you record women sexually without their consent or without their knowledge. Now, in medicine, the practice of voyeurism by doctors is a criminal offense, and also constitutes a civil offense, a civil case. So now, not only are they being sexually assaulted, they are recorded without their consent. It's not a picture that has been taken for medical purposes. They are recorded without their knowledge, without their consent. And the videos of his sexual assault is being distributed by him to third parties via social media or his WhatsApp, not at social media. So when he sent the video to Stephanie, did he send it via social media or not? Does that constitute a criminal offense under the Criminal Code of Nigeria? Yes, it does. So, because he's a man of God, he's allowed to commit crime. That's 2, right? Now, 3. Is your pastor and his entourage, are they medical professionals or personnel? Have they been licensed to look into a woman's nether region, let alone touch a woman's nether region? Where does a religious leader draw the line between occupying the position of a pastor and physical medical examination? Does it include pouring oil on a woman's private part and sexually assaulting them? Now, 3. No, that's 4. That would be 4. Consent is void when it is obtained through illegal means. In this case, manipulation, deceit, and fraud. As here, he is saying that he anoints their private part because it needs to quicken deliverance. So where he abuses position, manipulates, gaslights, and lies, then the consent was fraudulently obtained through misrepresentation. In that case, the consent is void. Now, where your pastor then says to Debbie, in time stamp 2 minutes 1 second, that that any action done to her was to quicken deliverance. Explain it. Because in this case, he has said that anything done to anyone during corridor deliverance is for the purpose of deliverance. Well, yeah, hold on, let me bring down the file. Now, when you look at timestamp 9:23 a.m. with the video stamp 1 minute, he said anything done to anybody in the corridor is not for a sinful purpose but to effect quick deliverance. How many young girls below the age of 18 have gone for corridor deliverance? How many underage girls have been requested by your church, by your pastor, by your weary pastor to come for deliverance? And I've been convinced that what is being done to them is okay. Tori, it is Ewobi. We will drag ourselves to the international courts so that you can, that rubbish you just said now, that they obtained consent, you can tell them there. Cool? Keep on talking. Now, in the event where you commentators, your guardians of the galaxy, now claim that someone else was the one talking, or someone else was using Olukoya's phone, you have just admitted that this is an organized crime syndicate. And Olukoya is not the only person who sexually assaults women. It would then mean that the body of Mountain of Fire and Miracle Ministries have people who not only sexually assault women, but communicate with them with the intention of giving them the impression that they're talking to the general overseer. Sorry, hold on. Now, it will mean, because what you're saying now is that it's an organized crime. It's an organized crime where women are being sexually assaulted in MFM. They are being recorded. They are being sent their nude videos. And people in MFM are using the general overseer's phone to converse with victims with the intention of convincing them that they are talking to the general overseer, the same person who sexually assaulted them. So now, not only is Olukoya guilty, but the entire institution of Mountain of Fire and Miracle Ministries is an accomplice to sexual assault, to voyeurism, keep talking. Because what you are all are justifying is child abuse, pedophilia. You're justifying that it is okay for young children to go for corridor deliverance and be assaulted sexually. You don't even know. It's like your reasoning has now been distorted. He said anything done to anyone doing corridor deliverance, and now there is video evidence of 2 women that he I have no business with you people, self. Now somebody said we are just seeing Dick Olukoya's name. I wish it is his number. If you go back and check the video, you see his number there. I've addressed all these things in my episode in evidence 1D1, so I'm not addressing that one anymore. Now, someone said, I just want you to know that the lady has denied everything you're claiming as evidence. Interest lele. I have no business with the fact that Debbie denied evidence. In fact, Debbie is going to be sued. I have no business with the fact that Debbie denied evidence. That she denied that evidence. Because what she denied was the video of her butt cheek. But now, what you just saw is a video of a chat from the beginning to the end, where Olukoya conspired with Debbie to lie. Where Olukoya conspired with Debbie to lie to the public and deny a fact. So now I have solid proof that that video that she made where she denied it was a lie. It was a misrepresentation. And now I have proof and a reasonable ground to say that every single one that has ever come out to make a video after something has happened to them that they've claimed is because they were being manipulated to do so. But that one, that would be me giving you too much. So, Elowa Bijokosi. If you don't see, you are in my element right now. If you don't know anything, just shut up and just get lost. I have no business with Ona. Are you the one that's sexually assaulting people? So why are you using Pastor Mo for Olukoya's headache and MFM's headache? So now, I want to present to us today an evidence, which is going to be an audio recording of a woman named Bolanle something. Please give me. See, don't mind me. I have PDF. I have books. So most times I'm always like going alternating. Let me play the audio for us. We'll then analyze.
Okay, can I ask one or two questions, ma'am?
From me? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, please go ahead, sir.
Are you alone or somebody's with you?
It's my small girl that is in the house.
Okay. Is there any way I've offended you, ma'am?
You? I offended you?
Yes, is there any way I've offended you? Me? Offended you?
Daddy, why would you be saying that? Offended me? In what way?
And because
Your problem.
Wait, the police has made available to me your chat with Funke Ashegun.
So do what?
The police has made available to me your chat with Funke Ashegun.
Me chat with Funke Ashegun?
Yes, so you chat with me. You even call me Maradona.
My own line.
This has made the chat available. You were asking for a video of Richard, blah blah blah, all those kind of things. Well, the chat is available now. The police has made it available.
That means they hack my number. Maybe my number has been hacked. Me?
No, it was not hacked.
No, my number has been hacked. That must be.
They got it from Richard's phone. Richard? I
don't even have Richard's phone.
Yeah, you don't have Richard's phone, but it's a chat with you and Ashegun.
Yeah? When will I do that? No.
Well, it is there. It is there available. It's technology. Doesn't tell lies.
Maybe my phone is hacked though.
Let me read you what you wrote. In case you have forgotten.
Maybe my phone is hacked.
No, your phone is not hacked, man. Let me read you what you wrote, so that you can know how to talk very well, because I don't know what we are offended to, that you can be talking to those who are running down mountain of fire, running down your general overseer. If I've offended you, maybe you come and tell me that this is what you did wrong. I don't like that. I don't like this rule. And then we'll sit down and sort it out. Not going to social media to be commenting on.
I'm not a social media person like that, too.
Well, just wait, man. Just wait. Hold on a second. Hold on a second now. Are you not Bolani Adebayo?
Yes, that's my name.
Please, my sister, based on your recent, on your record, can you tell me the specific video where the case of Mr. Ayotunde Richard was discussed? How he almost lost his relationship and the one with his voice message. One of my sisters at the Prayer City Church discussed some happenings in the Prayer City with me, which prompted me to inform her of your program. I need those videos for her to watch confirmation of some of the things you have been saying. I would like also to share subsequent programs with her. Now say this our Gio. Maradona.
Yeah.
He's there, man.
He's there, man.
So,
wọ́n ti hack nọ́mbà mi.
You're Bolani Adebayo. Now you're not Bolani Adebayo.
Wọ́n ti hack line mi o, Morogo. Yes.
Bolani Adebayo, kọ́kọ́ hack line mi, man.
Wọ́n ti hack line mi.
So, ohun tí má dẹ̀ wá ṣe lé lórí ẹ̀ má bínú. Kò rí pé ẹ̀ láìkè mi. So, bàtà ẹ̀ láìkè mi, kí lẹ́yìn ṣe má bínú ọ̀pá.
Èmi ò láìkì yín kẹ̀. Èmi tí mo.
Kọ́mẹ̀ntì mò ń kà fún yín.
It's hack o. This number is hack o. Morogo. Jésù. This number is hack o. My number is hack.
No, I don't think so.
No, it's hack. How will I be láyé? Lẹ́mi tí mo ṣì wá program níjọ́ Sunday tí mo ṣì my program, my line, why will you be saying that, Daddy?
The police
contact me because I am not, my line is hacked. It's like you don't know me. My line is hacked. How will I be saying that? Jesus. Olódùmarè.
Àwọn yín èyí tí tó wà lórí kìíní ìsórí ẹ̀ wọ́n tẹ̀sán fún hack line bóyá Bolani Adebayo ẹ̀dẹ̀ wá yàtọ̀ sí tẹ̀ ṣáà
èmi kẹ̀, how will I be saying that on social and be telling lie for what? Ní ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì tí mo lọ every time tí mo ń wà lẹ́jàs every time. A house that stand against itself cannot stand now. I wouldn't know. There was a time somebody sent something to me. One of our choir members sent something to me. Tí mo send message sí. I almost fell now. Tí mo fẹ́ ní ẹ lówó. Ó wá ní ráhùn kọ́ o. Pé wọ́n ti hack nọ́mbà òun ni. Èmi kẹ̀. God forbid. Ayé mi mo rógo. Mo láti change mo láti lọ report nìyẹn o. Bọ́láńlé ni, it's not ọmọ Bọ́láńlé. Bọ́láńlé, some people call me ọmọ Bọ́láńlé, but I don't use it because it's not in my credential. Blue. Jésù. Wọ́n ti kọ́ lọ bí aṣọ aláràbarà bí Joseph Christ àti ìlà fún báyìí. Wọ́n ti hack nọ́mbà mi. Wọ́n ti lóògùn. I had to go and report. Wọ́n ti hack nọ́mbà mi. Wọ́n ṣe fi nọ́mbà mi ṣe kíní gbà yín nẹ̀ sójú pé Ọlọ́run ló yọ mí tí mi ò fall a victim of sending money. Mo rógo. Mo ti rógo Jésù. Èmi àti yín dádì láti bo síbo màmá. Why will I do that? No. If I haven't be, maybe just people just think, no. This is insanity. No. How will I do that? Touch not my anointed. I do my no. How will I? God forbid though. Talking to a man of God. Kíní là ń gbé ẹ̀yin prayer city. Ẹ̀yin náà ni wọ́n sọ fún tó ń pẹ́ yín prayer city. Ẹ̀yin prayer city ni là ń gbé. Wọ́n tó ń pẹ́ yín prayer city. Àwọn tó mọ̀ mí ló ṣiṣẹ́ yìí o. Ẹ̀yin nìkan ni ẹ̀kọ́ lè fún àkísọ̀ ọkọ yín náà. Wọ́n àkísọ̀ ọkọ mi náà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni o. Kí náà ló ń tún ṣe? Mo rò wò. Èmi kẹ̀. It's because I know you will be how will I? You are too much to me to do this. So for me to no.
To inform her that the police have made available to him conversations between her and a third party, who is Mrs. Funke Ashokun. And this conversation was found in Mr. Richard's phone during an investigation. Excuse me. Now, this investigation had nothing to do with Olukoya. This investigation, this chat does not suggest in any way that Olukoya's life is at risk. This chat, this conversation between Mrs. Bolanle Adebayo and Funke Ashokun did not suggest a conspiracy against the life of Olukoya or MFM. This is a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria talking to another person and asking for evidence concerning what is going on. And what is this thing that we said is going on? This issue of sexual assault and abuse of authority and power by the General Overseer of MFM and the sexual assault by MFM as a church on women. However, conveniently, the Nigerian police released evidence to Olukoya, who was never a party to the case. When you look at the case file of Mr. Richard's defamation lawsuit, Olukoya was not named the party. Olukoya was not named the party to the case. Olukoya's life was not threatened in that conversation. And yet, the police are working with Olukoya to strip citizens of Nigeria of their fundamental human rights. The freedom of speech, the right to privacy. Now imagine a situation where you are sexually assaulted. You cannot talk about it for fear that you would be oppressed. You cannot go to the police because the police will leak everything you have said back to your oppressor. And you cannot even talk about it among yourselves because it is still the same police that would leak the information to Olukoya himself. I want us all to ponder about it so that we can now understand what is going on. This cult called the church. You can't talk. You cannot even think. No, you need to understand the extent of evil control and manipulation, abuse of authority and power going on. Merely asking someone for proof or evidence, the same way you're asking me for evidence on this page, results in the police sending chats to a party that was never involved in the case. So the question is the church a place for safe haven or a place to oppress and trample on the fundamental human right of Nigerian citizens? Is MFM now abusing the Constitution because they have the ability to influence the police? Is the police independent of Mountain of Fire and Miracle Ministries? Or is Mountain of Fire and Miracle Ministries above the law? Because keep in mind, the rule of law has the following: equality before the law, supremacy of the law, independent judiciary, and the fundamental human rights. Now, if the police is a subsidiary of the judiciary, is the judiciary independent? Because the police is now the one giving weapon to Mountain of Fire Miracle Ministries to oppress citizens of Nigeria. Because keep in mind, they might be attending Mountain of Fire and Miracle Ministries, they are still citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And they have a right to their fundamental human right that says freedom of expression. But not only did the police supply chats of this woman to a third party, which is Daniel Olukoya, the General Overseer of MFM. But Daniel Olukoya then pick up his phone and call this woman to intimidate this woman so much that she denied herself. So not only are women sexually assaulted, church members are being intimidated. So you terrorize them with curses. You terrorize them with blackmail. And you intimidate them that they cannot even speak. The police provide the chat, and you call them and also inform them that it was the police that gave you their conversation. So now the police is a weapon of oppression, because this case is getting somewhere. And conveniently, months after, this lady made an apology video. Now I'm going to be providing you proofs of victims that Olukoya has requested apology video from. I'll provide you evidences of people that Olukoya has requested an apology video from. And you start to ask, when your oppressor oppresses you and still request for an apology video? Let that sink in. I'll provide you charts where you think the government, the politicians are your headache. No, they are not. The worst of them are your religious leaders that are worse than politicians. In the business of racketeering, being Kojel, religious leaders racketeering. And yet, you say that these people that has been caught red-handed with their hand in the cookie jar are the ones that God will protect. Now, I saw one person that came and said, it was consensual, and this man spent years to build his reputation. Are you okay? He spent years to build his reputation, sexually assaulting women. Those victims, is their life of less value than Olukoya's life? Were they not created by God? Before they are church members, are they not human beings first? So what makes their life of less importance and value than this man? Or does the rule of law not say equality before the law? So his own reputation is important, but the reputation of all these women who are sexually assaulted is not of importance. As ridiculous as Debbie might sound, because she's going to get sued, her privacy does not matter. Or this masochist relationship between Debbie and Olukoya, is it okay? Because the moment you say it is okay, then every young child in MFM is not safe. And yet it is the same you people that would distribute flyers and tell people to come. So you're asking parents, unbelievers, to come into the fold so that they can be sexually assaulted by Mountain of Fire and Miracle Ministries? Is that what you're saying? They should bring their children, their wives, so that there can be sextortion by the institution called Mountain of Fire and Miracle Ministries. Is that what you're saying? Because now, it begs the question, for what purpose are you inviting people to Christ? You tell them God loves them, but he loves their abuser more. You tell them God cares for them, but he cares for the one who sexually assaults them more. You tell them to come to Christ and accept Jesus as their personal Lord and Savior, but to the extent where they are subjected to sexual assault and abuse. Because I'm a Badebiko, where they will investigate every branch and region and church that bears the name Mountain of Fire and Miracle Ministry.